Once you've created a Google form, there are a couple of different choices to make before you share it. The first of these is whether or not you'll show a link to submit another response. In most cases, I would advise against that option because you probably only want one response from each person. However, if you are using a Google form to record class data from a science experiment, for example, and there's only one computer in the classroom, then it would make perfect sense to check this box. Because I'm doing a survey and I only want one response from each person, I'm going to go ahead and uncheck that box. The next option is to publish and show a public link to the form results. In my case, I'm doing a survey, so I also don't want to check this box. But if you were doing, again, collecting data for a science experiment in class, then it would make sense to check this box as well so that students could go and see all of the results. The last choice you'll have to make before clicking Send Form is whether or not you'll allow responders to edit their responses after they've submitted them. If you're giving a test, it's probably a good idea not to check that box. But if you're surveying people and want their honest opinions on something, and it's a big issue that they may need time to think about, then I would go ahead and check that box so that they're allowed to take that time and then come back to it. Once you've made these choices, go ahead and click Send Form. A pop-up box will appear which will give you several options for sharing your form. The first is a link that you can copy and paste or choose to embed in a different website. It also gives you the option to share that link via Google+, Facebook, or Twitter. The next way to share it is by sending it via email. So, for example, if you've created a group in your email and you want to send it to all of them, you would just have to type in the name of the group and then hit send. At the very bottom of this box is the option to add collaborators. If you click there, you'll be able to share the form and the editing capabilities with other people. So if, for example, you're creating a form with someone else and you want to make sure that they have access to it, you would click the collaborator button and add them as a collaborator so they can see more than just the completed version of the live form. As with all of the items in the Google Suite, if you're adding another person, you can choose what kind of rights they'll have. So if I'm adding my sister to this form, and I'm going to say that she can edit it. Once I've done all that, I can either add a personalized message explaining what it is I'm sending her, or if I don't feel like doing that, I can just hit send.